She said it like it was nothing. It's just one night, Ethan. Don't make it weird. I told myself she was right. We were adults. We had been roommates for 8 months. We had shared a refrigerator, a broken heater, and one very awkward argument about whose turn it was to buy dish soap. We could handle one bed. I was wrong about that, not because anything dramatic happened, not because of some movie moment where the lights go low and the whole world tilts sideways, because of something quieter than that, something I wasn't ready for at all. My name is Ethan Calloway. I'm 27. I do technical support for a software company, which means I spend most of my workday on a headset, talking people through problems they describe in the wrong order. I am patient by profession, careful by habit, the kind of person who reads a lease agreement twice before signing anything. I am telling you all of this from the other side of it. From a Saturday morning several months after that one night, when I already know how this ends. Every time I say I didn't understand something, I genuinely didn't. Keep that in mind. The apartment was a 2-bedroom in Portland. 3rd floor, corner unit, radiator that clicked all winter like it had opinions. I moved in first. Nadia moved in 6 weeks later with 3 boxes, a speaker that played Moroccan jazz on weekend mornings, and a succulent she named Gerald. We were good roommates. That was the whole problem. The night of the bed happened because of a burst pipe. It was late November, the kind of cold that gets inside the walls and makes the whole building feel thin. I came home from a work trip to find a maintenance notice taped to my bedroom door. Leak in the ceiling. Spread overnight. The mattress was done. The carpet was soaked through. They had pulled the furniture to the center of the room, draped it in plastic sheeting, and left a dehumidifier running like a small sad engine in the corner. My room smelled like a swimming pool that had given up on itself. Nadia was standing in the hallway when I turned around. Arms crossed, head tilted. The expression she used when she already knew the answer to a question she hadn't asked yet. So I said. She looked past me into the room. The dehumidifier hummed. We both looked at it for a second, like maybe it would offer a solution. My couch is 2 cushions and a prayer, she said. I've slept on worse. You absolutely have not. You brought your own pillow on a work trip. That was true. I did not argue it. It's just one night, she said. My bed is big. We're adults. Don't make it weird. I almost made it weird immediately by making a list of reasons it was fine. I caught myself, nodded once, said okay. That was the first mistake. Not agreeing. The okay. The part where I said it too fast, like I'd been waiting for an excuse. Her room was warmer than the rest of the apartment. She had a lamp with a low amber bulb on the nightstand. 2 blankets instead of 1. A book left face down on the left side of the bed, spine slightly cracked, which told me she was either a fast reader or she'd stopped at a hard part and hadn't gone back yet. I took the right side without discussing it. She took the left. We both lay there staring at the ceiling like it was the most interesting ceiling either of us had ever encountered. The radiator clicked. A car passed somewhere below on the wet street. You can turn the lamp off, she said. I wasn't going to leave it on. You were waiting to see if I'd fall asleep first. I didn't answer. She was correct. She reached over and clicked the lamp off. The room went dark except for the thin line of streetlight coming through the gap in the curtains. I could hear her breathing even out. Slow, deliberate, the way people breathe when they're trying to look like they're already asleep. I was doing the same thing. Here is what I want you to understand about that night. Nothing happened. Not in the way people mean when they say nothing happened with that specific tone of voice. We lay there in the dark with 8 inches of mattress between us. And we did not say a word, and we did not sleep. What we did was notice. I noticed the way she shifted onto her side at exactly 12:14 because the clock on her speaker glowed red. I noticed that she pulled the blanket up twice, let it fall once, and eventually settled with 1 foot outside the covers even though it was cold. I noticed that she was still awake at 1:30, and at 2, and at 2:47, when she finally said, very quietly, into the dark, "Are you still awake?" I almost said no. I don't know why. Some reflex toward deniability. Yeah, I said. Silence for a second. Me too. That was all. 2 sentences. Neither of us said anything after that. But something shifted in the room that I couldn't have named with a dictionary and a week to think about it. The next morning, the maintenance crew came back, surveyed the damage, and announced my room would take 4 to 5 more days. Nadia heard this from the hallway, came back into the kitchen, poured herself a coffee, and looked at me over the rim of the mug. 4 to 5 days, she said. 4 to 5 days, I confirmed. Neither of us said anything dramatic. She offered her side of the bed again. I accepted. We both acted like this was a completely normal and logistically simple arrangement between two reasonable people. We were both lying. Night 2 was harder than night 1 because we knew what we were walking into. We stopped pretending to fall asleep immediately. We talked instead, low voices, the kind that happen when the rest of the city has gone quiet and speaking at full volume feels like a violation of something. She told me about the book she'd stopped reading. Historical fiction set in Lisbon. The main character kept making choices that were easier than the true ones, and she'd started dreading every chapter because she knew how it would end. I asked why she kept reading it then. She said because sometimes you finish things to prove you saw them clearly. I didn't have a good answer for that. I just said it was a good reason. She asked me what I'd missed while I was traveling for work. I said I'd missed the apartment. She asked if that was all. I said no, but I didn't add anything else. She didn't push, but she was quiet for a long time after that, and she didn't reach over for the lamp. Day 4 was when Marcus showed up. Marcus was someone Nadia had been seeing loosely, in the way people see each other when neither of them is quite ready to call it something. He came by to pick her up for dinner. She came out of her room in a dark green jacket, hair down, Gerald the succulent watching impassively from the windowsill. Marcus looked at me. I looked at Marcus. He had good posture and a watch that made a statement. He shook my hand and said he'd heard a lot about me, which was either a compliment or a test, and I passed neither because I just said nice to meet you and went back to my laptop. They left. I sat there. The apartment was very quiet. I sat there long enough to realize something I had been carefully not realizing for 4 nights. Not because I was slow, because I had decided ahead of time that being a good roommate meant keeping a wall up. That noticing Nadia too clearly was a form of trespass. That she had a life that didn't include me and I should respect the boundary without making it a thing. The problem with that logic was that she had already started including me. Not loudly, not with a declaration, with small things. The second coffee cup left out in the morning. The way she knocked once on my door before asking if I'd eaten. The book she put on my nightstand on day 3 without explaining why. I picked up the book and looked at it. A bookmark was set to the last chapter. She had finished it. I opened the back cover. In the margin, in her handwriting, were 3 words. He should have stayed. I sat with that for a while. When she got home that night, I was still up. She came in, dropped her keys on the counter, stood in the kitchen for a moment without saying anything. How was dinner? I asked. Fine, she said. And then, after a pause long, she came into the living room, sat on the end of the couch with her jacket still on. I closed the laptop. I read the last chapter, I said. She looked at me. I know. You left it on purpose. She didn't answer that. She looked at her hands instead, then back up at me. Ethan, she said, what are we doing? I thought about the careful version of that answer, the roommate version, the version where I made things smaller to keep them manageable. I didn't use it. I don't know what you're doing, I said, but I know I stopped sleeping when you weren't in the room. She went still. That's a terrible line, she said. I know. I meant it anyway. She laughed once, short, surprised. The same way the book's character must have laughed right before making the harder choice. She didn't make the easy one either. We stayed up until almost 3 talking, the way you talk when you've been careful around someone for too long and the carefulness finally gives way. Not about everything, just enough. Marcus texted once. She looked at the screen, then set it face down on the armrest without answering, which was its own answer. My room was fixed the next morning. Dry carpet, fresh mattress, door propped open waiting. I looked at it from the hallway. Nadia stood beside me with her coffee. You could move back in, she said. Could. Do you want to? I turned to look at her. Gerald sat on the windowsill behind us. The radiator clicked once and went quiet. Not particularly, I said. She smiled into her mug. That was enough. Some things start loudly. Big gestures, perfect timing, the kind of moment that looks right in a photograph. Some things start in the dark, at 2:47 in the morning, when two people who've been careful around each other for 8 months finally stop pretending they're asleep. I didn't go looking for this. I went looking for a dry mattress. But here's what I keep thinking about, even now. That first night when she said don't make it weird, I think she was talking to herself as much as she was talking to me. I think she already knew. I think she had known for a while and had been carefully, reasonably, very practically choosing not to say it. The book had been on her nightstand for 3 weeks. She finished it the night Marcus came to pick her up. She left the margin note where I would find it. Some people don't say the thing out loud. They just leave the book open to the right page and wait to see if you read it. I almost didn't pick it up. I'm glad I did. Now I want to ask you something. Have you ever shared a space with someone? A room, a car, a long flight, a late night in a kitchen, and felt the exact moment when it stopped being ordinary? When the air in the room changed and you both knew it, and neither of you said a word. Tell me about it in the comments. I read every single one. If the story felt familiar in any way, if you've got your own version of that 2:47 moment, hit the like button so I know you're out there. Subscribe and turn the bell on because the next story goes up Tom Arrow, and trust me, you don't want to walk into it without context. I'll see you then.